Hello, everyone. Good morning. And I see many of you are here very early. Some of you even earlier than me. And now is we're going to start this session. This session is talking about, let me share my slide so that'll be easier to see. Mhm. Let's set the intention here. Yes. Yes, I can see myself all good. So today we're going to learn about Power Query using the framework called ROCK, R-O-C-K. And today's session for the group study number 6, and we have a one session before all this series started. That was a jump start. So total today is a 7th session. And just want to know, have a quick survey. If this is your very first session, type number 0 in the chat. If you have attended previous sessions, please type the number of sessions you have attended previously. If this is the very first, type number 0. Otherwise, type how many sessions you have attended previously. Okay, we can see a lot of new friends here. Two sessions before, 1, 0, 0. Oh, that's is a lot. Five sessions. That is good. Thank you, Elena. Thank you for your support, for coming back, for learning again and again. Cassandra, yes, Cassandra is the very first person among you all in the room. Yes, well done, Cassandra. I really like your learning attitude. Very good, very good. And yes, since many of you yet to, this is your very first time here, another survey. So this one is to type number 0 or number 1. If you do not know about Power Query, what the heck is this? Type number 0. If you know, at least you know how to import the data and then get the data out, type number 1. If total blank, type number 0. If there's some idea, type number 1. Oh, still has so many numbers 0. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. Since you are here, I need to do my things. Can. I will do things a bit differently. Yeah. Every session will have many of you attend this one for the very first time and you have no idea what the heck is Power Query. And you see a number 6, okay lah, just join lah. Okay, so this is an agenda we are going to go through today. And today is approximately about 2 hours, depending on our progress. And the very first one is a welcome and introduction. Just now I have welcome, and later I have an intro. Then we will go through what is a ROCK framework, then what is R.S.M, then apply R and O of the ROCK framework in our learning later. Then we have some practice time, and then we go towards the end, that's a closing. To make sure this learning is really helping you or you're benefiting from this one. So there are 3 prerequisites. First one, you need to have using at least Excel 2019 or above running on Windows. Some of you may be saying, hey, Tai, I'm using 365 on Mac. Is that okay? The answer is yes and no. Yes means you are okay to follow certain steps. No means I will not able to guide you, because the UI, the user interface, will not be the same, will not be exactly the same. So on the UI part, you need to find out on your own. If you're using online version, some other non-Excel spreadsheet apps, I will not able to guide you because those are not available. They don't have Power Query. So this first one. Second one, at least you know how to use Power Query editor, load the data and get the data back. Okay, so this one, I will jumpstart all of you very quickly for those of you who have no idea. And the third one is focus. I got a message saying, you need to go halfway. You go now. It's perfectly okay. If some of you say, I want to go through the revision, the recording will be shared in the group later. Okay? So if you miss certain things, maybe a simple step you could ask me to repeat. Otherwise, I will ask you to go through the recording so that we are fully optimize the time for our learning rather than repeating the steps where someone else has really focused and not wasting the time. So that's 3 small things. If you're okay with these 3 prerequisites, time number 3. If you're not okay, please make your leave now. Yeah, okay. If this is not for you, because I want to make sure it's benefiting you. If you are not able to fulfill any of them, yeah, save your time. Go now. Okay. Some of you may say, hey, Tai, how come you're so Ghana, so good, so fierceful? Because I want to respect your time. We want to make use of the time to the best benefits of you, not wasting each other time. Can I? Because if the person is not able to focus, the person will not able to follow. Even though with the recording, you can see the recording is getting longer and longer. Most likely, not everyone will be able to go through previous recording. Yeah, since this is how a lot of person learn, not going through recording. Yeah, so focus here. So after I share a little bit about the agenda and the prerequisites, let me intro myself a little bit so that you can know who am I and how my past experiences able to help you in your work. And my name is Tai, and the full name is Tai Chutak. Last time there was a music composer. He said my name is so boring and not memorable, and he suggested me to use the word Excel Sifu because of 3 reasons. Just curious, because some of you have attended previous session, what are the 3 reasons why my friend asked me to use Excel Sifu? What are the 3 reasons? Yes, I'm very skinny, I'm very thin. Okay, what else? So yeah, two more. Short hair, yes, short hair, very short hair, like a monk. One more. See, still can get it. Easy to remember, not really easy to, yeah, it's easy to remember. Why? Why this name? Yeah, a lot of name. Yes, I'm vegetarian, like a monk lah. Okay, so these are the 3 reasons. Short hair, skinny guy, and I'm vegetarian. If you go online search for Excel Sifu, you're able to find me in YouTube and also in LinkedIn. And all the recording here will be uploaded in the YouTube. My very first career, I was a programmer. So that means I'm quite comfortable with logic. I'm quite comfortable with programming. So that means I'm able to help you to automate the tasks that you may need to take days and just complete the whole thing within a few minutes or a few seconds. Then I move on to SAP ERP as a techno functional. So that means I could relate. Sometimes in your work, you need to download the report from a lot of different systems and combine it in your Excel. So there are ways to make it easier and faster. One of the ways is using Power Query. Then I move on to project management. That's the time I realized the importance of punctual and accurate report. If the report is late, the management cannot make decisions. If the report is not accurate, the decisions will not be going to be good. So therefore, there are ways to make the reporting easier for you to prepare and also easier for your bosses to read. On one fine day in year 2013, my boss came to me and said, Tai, thank you very much for a contribution, and the door is over there. So that's the time I got retrenched. So yeah, from that moment, I realized I have a passion to see people grow. So therefore, I became a trainer. And after that, I always wanted to have my own book. And so that when I write, I remember and I also learn better. So I published my first book called Rock Your Data. Then continue with the second year, Excel for HR. Then continue with data-driven sales leadership. And this year is Find Your Insight. But the final stage, very close to complete, the most recent book will be in ebook, will not be printed because there are a lot of things inside. So yeah, so that's a quick intro about me, and then you can know who am I and how all these past experiences shape how I think and shape how I behave a little bit. So now we are going to the actual learning. Are you ready? If you do, please type ready in the chat. Yes, ready. Good. I'm going to invite you to have a lot of this kind of chat interaction. Yes, very good. So we are going to the ROC framework. Some of you have attended previous session. It's a good refresher. And for those of you are attending this one for the very first time, it's a good learning for you. Sometimes when I start looking at the certain file, I know what kind of common struggle a person might be facing because I have this kind of framework in my head. So let's go through this one, rock. Guess what is this? For those of you who know the answer, type the incorrect answer. For those of you who have no idea, attempt to guess it. What is this? Sponge. A rock. Rock. Sure. Yes. You're right. Yes. The information is not not so much on the screen, and many of you get it correctly. Very good. You are very lucky. Something black. So I need to see the surface of this object. I need to switch on the light to see the surface. Yes, this is the surface. This is a sample retrieved during Apollo 15 mission. Yes. And you can see the surface has big, small holes, and the surface is not even. Yeah, so this is more details compared to just now. When I want to know more about this rock, I will need to take a sample and place it under microscope to take this colorful photo. Yeah, this from the rock. So that means one object, we have 3 different levels of observation. That means we can check on the silhouette. The quick and easy may not be accurate. And then we check on the surface, and then we can check on the microscopic level. The same thing applies in our spreadsheet, or how we get our data in the Excel file. 3 levels as well. So that brings us to rock framework. R stands for rectangle. We want to check on the silhouette on our file, quick and easy. It may not be accurate. There are 3 things we want to observe. Is we want to make sure the data has no blank rows, no blank columns, and it grows vertically and has no merging. O means only one. We are checking on the surface of our data. 1 cell, 1 data, 1 record, 1 row, and 1 header. C means careful. We are checking on the microscopic level because our data may have traps like extra spaces, decimal, date with or without time. K is to make sure we are able to reuse the data again and again for different reporting purposes. So that means keep raw data raw. There are 3 things we do not want to do on our spreadsheet, especially the data we download from server. We do not want to change the data directly. We do not want to add new column in between our data, and we do not want to use any color coding. So this is ROCK. So now we want to go through the R and O. Later on, we will go through some learning as well. R, rectangle. In your work, have you seen something like this one? The data has blank rows, blank column. Let me know in the chat. Have you seen this before? Yes, there's a blank rows, blank columns. And a lot of time people add blank rows and blank columns because they want to visually split the data so that they can see the things easier. So we want to remove all the blank rows, blank column so that it becomes one continuous block like this one. If not, whenever Excel encounters blanks, Excel will perceive them as 2 separate data. So it will behave very, very differently. So what we want to have is like the one on the right side. Then we go to the next one. It's called vertical table. Especially the report you download from server in a summary form, it looks something like this one. It has the years or months or certain details on the top of the column. So whenever there are new additional details, you will add more column. And there are more data, you will add more rows. So this kind of structure, it goes all directions. So the number of columns are not consistent. Therefore, I cannot use a formula to look for a specific column and get the calculation. When the structure changes, my formula need to change. So it's a little bit troublesome. Then how? We want to make sure everything goes vertically in this way. Alpha goes vertically, the number goes vertically, same goes with the date. When everything goes vertically, the number of columns stays the same. So there are additional column, additional record will be added at the bottom. So that'll be easier for me to use a formula to pinpoint a column to get the new calculation. So that means vertical table. And the next one is merging. In your work, have you seen something like this one merging before? Let me know in the chat. Yes, it's very, very common. For us, we know 10, 20, 30, they belongs to alpha. If I filter the data for alpha only, which number will I see? Yeah, type your guess in the chat. If I only filter alpha, which number will I see? Yes, number 10. And a lot of time people struggle. They say, why? Excel is not behaving the way we are expecting. Because whenever there's a merge, Excel perceives them as blank. Then how? We want to unmerge them and get the data down. Later on, you were able to see how to get this thing work. Yeah, so rectangle, no merging. So we have R. The next one is O, only one. In some situation, you will see your data, they are combined together using comma. Sometimes people enter the data of the range using dash or dot, dot, dot. This kind of data entry is still okay to keep it. When my boss asks me to calculate the total of the number, it's not easy for me to use a formula. Furthermore, when my boss asks me to calculate number of days, this kind of data is very, very challenging. So therefore, what we need to do, we're going to make sure all of them in this way. Alpha, one cell, one data. Same goes with the number, one cell, one data, and same goes with the date. The same thing applies for the Bravo, number, and the date. On the left side, you can see one line or one row. It has multiple records in it because they are combined using comma or dash. On the right side, one row only has one record. And on the top, the header, it only has one header. So that means it's only one. Okay, now, so this R and O, C and K we will cover in the future session. So now we go to recap. R means rectangle, O means only one. And the very first exercise we are going through is going through the only one. Later on, we will add on with the rectangle. Because by starting with something smaller, for those of you are using Power Query for the very first time, I will have a little bit time for you to practice a little bit to jumpstart. Yes, now, after I share this one for a couple of years, I realized it's not enough just having this one few slides. And I published a book. This is my very first book. This book shows the root causes of many struggles a person might be encountering when they're using spreadsheet. And it uses generalized principles. So that means it doesn't tell us how to do it. It just tells us what's the end result and what are the common mistakes. Because in Excel, there are many ways to achieve the same thing. We could use formula, macros or VBA. We could use Power Query, Python, or some other methods. And there's one specialized course. Rock your data with Power Query, and where you are going to learn today. And whatever you are going to learn today is the actual content of the learning. Yeah, it's actual content. And some of them I simplified to make sure all of us are able to follow. And yeah, and this book is available in MPage, Popular, and Kinokuniya. So yeah, so there are a lot of things inside. It's a simple read, and it doesn't have much formula. How to do it, we are learning here today. So that was a ROC framework. Whenever we are learning ROC, and now we want to know why we are using Power Query. So there are so many ways to do certain thing in Excel. Why today is focusing on Power Query? Because of R.S.M. Just curious, how many of for those of you attended previous session, what does that mean by R.S.M? Just a simple pop quiz. Type in the chat. While you're typing, I can take some water. No one remember. Never mind. Then we learn this one together. R means reusability. Yes, very good. Thank you, Cassandra. Thank you, No. Okay, reusability. So that means after I have finished the work of a report, whenever in the future data or an update, I can reuse the same report again. So that's called reusability. Second is scalability. Whenever there are additional data, additional column, additional tab, or additional file, it is able to accommodate them as well. So that's called scalability. And the third one is very important, maintainability. How easy we are able to change the step or the process without redo the whole thing. So that is called maintainability. The reason we are learning Power Query today is because of reusability, scalability, and maintainability. Later, I will explain where they sit, and then you can relate a little bit better. Yes, thank you. Okay, now we are going to apply the R and O for the ROC framework. So we start with something simple. We start with the O. Using the ROCK just now, what's not so right about this data? Type in the chat. What's not so right about this data? Only one. Yes. What does it mean? Only one. Multiple. What does it mean by multiple number? Okay, ma. In our data, usually we have multiple number, ma. Okay, what? Many record in one cell. Yes, many record. They are not split. They are comma. Yes, multiple data. They are separate comma. So that means more than one data in one cell. Very good. Very good. Yes, Charlie has 4. Alpha, Bravo, they have 3. Very good. So that means, yes, more than one data in a single cell. Yeah, so they are separated by comma and they are number. Power Query may not able to recognize this kind of data because the comma here, Power Query may perceive them as 1,000 separator. Later, we will observe the behavior of Power Query. So the end result we want to see for this one is like this one. Everything goes vertically. So Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, everything goes with the number and everything goes vertically. So that's ROCK. So whenever we have done, we do not want to change the original data so that we're able to reuse it again and again. So with that, we want to go to our actual learning file. Actual learning file. You have a folder called split column CSV data. Okay, go inside this one. Okay, by the way, some of you may be opening this one directly, the zip file directly. If you open this one directly, you see the wording called compress size. When you see this wording, you need to extract all. Okay. If you see the compress something, you need to extract all. If let's say you do not extract all, later on, you will not able to follow. Okay, so this is if some of you hit a mistakes, I will just continue. I will invite you to go through the recording. So this is a very common thing people do. They double click. So just to make sure your one don't have this one. Okay, that's right. Okay, if you do not see this one, you type number 0. You don't see this. Type number 1 if you see this. Okay, if for those of you type number 1, you see this one, extract all first, extract all. Extract all, then you will ask you to extract to another folder. Okay, and then everything works from that folder. Make sure you don't see the wording compressed size. Okay, give you all have about 10 seconds for you all to do it. Yeah, the file is in the group. For those of you in the group, please help me to send in the group. Yeah, forward again in the group. Thank you, thank you. Okay, another 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and time. Okay, good. So now we go to the file, the folder you have extracted. It has 3 folders here. 3 folders here. In terms of difficulties, so this is the easier. So this is a little bit moderate. This is very challenging. So we're going through this one. Okay, we go to split column CSV data. Open this one, CSV data. You will see it has 3 files here. Do not open the file. Okay, let me type it here. When I open, it is for demo and inspection. Okay. If you do open, okay, remember to close it. If you do not close it, Excel will not able to read the file you have opened because it's locked and prevent other application from reading the file. Okay, so this is the things I have to remember. Now I'm only the demonstration. Here it has 3 folders. As folder, 3 files. Tag item version 1, version 2, version 3. The general concept is like whenever we have done the data, sometimes we need to download the data again, second time. Whenever there are new updates, we download the data file again. So that means the version 1, the data will exist in version 2. Version 2 data will exist in version 3 because they are cumulative. Because the point of the download is a similar timing, just has more and more data in between. So they are not combining the file individually. We will learn how to combine the file in the future sessions. So now I open, you don't open. If you open, you remember to close it. Let me adjust it. Okay. Now this is the file, this version 1. Version 1, it has only 5 records, version 1. Okay, so let me close it without saving. And I go to version 2. Version 2, what is the changes between version 1 and version 2? Just now it has 5 records in version 1. How about version 2? Yes, you're right. Version 2 has more rows, We are going to learn how to make the things able to recognize additional data. So that is the meaning of scalability. Okay, good. So there's additional row. So now I go to version 3. Yes, there's even more data now. So that means you can see they have more and more data between versions. So we are going to learn how to import the file from here. So before that, just get a blank Excel file ready. If you have a new blank Excel file ready, please type number 1. Type number 1 once you have the blank file ready. A new Excel file. Yeah, because some of you may be attending this session while you're opening a lot of files. If you do, remember to close other files. Sometimes we might confuse ourselves. Right? Okay, so you have all the files ready. Then we go to the folder just now. Go to the folder. On the top, it has the address bar. Right click on the address bar. Right click and choose copy address. Right click and choose copy address. Once you have copied the address, please type number 2 in the chat. Yes, right click, copy address. And nothing happened after you click copy address. Good. And go back to your Excel. Go back to Excel. And data. Let me widen it a little bit. Inside data, it has a button on the left side. It says from text CSV. This is the button. From text CSV. Some Excel version, the placement may be slightly different. Some may be in the middle. So now it's on the left side. And click from text CSV. From text CSV. Yeah, someone is asking for the file. For those of you, please help me to share in the group. After you click from text CSV, the file name, you paste whatever you have copied. Paste whatever you have copied and press enter. Then it brings you to the folder directly. If you're able to see something like this on your screen, please type number 3. Or someone using Mac here. Mac is inside get data from file from text file. It's inside from text file. Mac, okay. Inside here, we choose tag items version 1. Tag item version 1. Double click to open it. And you will see it shows the data, how the data looks like on your screen. If you see this, type number 4. Even though the tag item is not accurate. Yep, good. Supposedly, all the tag items should have a comma, not treat them as a 1000 separator. Power Query, sometimes it confuses this kind of data. So we need to do some correction here. On the in the same window, go to the lower right corner. Yes, a button between load and cancel. Currently, mine is called transform data. Yours might be called transform, edit data, or some other wording. Because the name or for the button label, it had changed couple of times. So we click the button on the lower right corner, the button in the middle. Click transform data or transform or edit depending on your version. And it brings you to a place called Power Query Editor. If I'm able to see Power Query Editor, please type number 5. Very good. Very good. For those of you are using Power Query for the very first time, welcome to the world of Power Query. Yay! Okay, for those of you first time. So let's quickly run through. On the home, it shows what are the common commands a person might be working on. And on the left side, this is the button we bring the data back to Excel. Now we don't need to bring it back. And sometimes we want to choose a column, remove rows, everything could be done here. So this is home. Inside transform is the common things we do. It provides us more options. For example, if the very first line is a header, we can use first row as header. We can transpose and a lot more things here. Then we go to add columns. It allows us to add our own formula, our own condition, or sometimes we want to add a special thing like here called information, like a particular number, whether it's odd or even. So that's information. So that's inside add column. View. There are 2 things here I want to invite you to experiment. On the leftmost, some of you will see a button. Some of you will see a checkbox called query setting. Click the query setting repeatedly. Click it repeatedly. You will notice something appears and disappears. Yep, that is called query setting on the right side. Here. If I close it, to bring it back is go to query setting and you can bring it back. Another thing you want to turn on is the formula bar. by default is turned on. Sometimes it will get turned off. Yeah, make sure these two things turn on. So that was a quick walkthrough about the ribbons. And there are three panels at the bottom here. The one on the left side, when we importing more and more data, we can see they are here. You can, if let's say you make a mistake, you could right click and delete, or you can rename, duplicate, and a lot more things here. So this is the queries. You could widen it, you could narrow it, or you could hide it. Yeah, so this is what you could do on the queries. Based on the queries you have selected, it shows the steps available in that particular queries inside query setting. Same thing, you could widen it. You could make the thing smaller. If you close it, to bring it back is go to view, query setting. Based on the step you have selected, it will show how the result looks like in the middle. If I click on the source, everything, the number is okay, and the header is not accurate. So that means whenever the new source comes in, it will go through all the step by step here to get the last step. This is a result where we're going to see in Excel when we load it back to Excel. So that was a quick walkthrough. If I'm able to follow, please type number 6. Very good. Yeah, so this is a little bit challenging, especially for those of you attended previous session. What should I do? Okay, for this step. That means I need to do some correction on the data. Remove change type. Very good. Yeah. Change type. Okay, a little bit difference between Power Query and Excel. Power Query is strong type. So that means a column is a number. We only can store number. It cannot store number, text, date, everything cannot. Meanwhile, Excel is loose type. Loose type. So that means we can mix different data type like number, text, and maybe some other things within a column. Excel still allows it. Power Query is not. And usually, okay, this is a good practice. This is a good practice. Good practice. Usually, the last step is change type, usually. And that means if I have certain action in between, if I having this kind of change type, my step will be getting longer and longer. So logical thinking, if there are two sequence, one with more steps, one with lesser steps, the end result is the same. Which one is faster? The one with has more step or the one with lesser step? More or less, which one? More step is faster, less step is faster, which one? Please type in the chat. Less step. Thank you, Cassandra. Yeah, so it's less step. So that means what we are going to do is while we are learning something new, we want to pick up a good habit here. So remove the change type. How to remove? Yeah, use your mouse, go to that's the X, click on the X to remove. Got it? After you remove, you will see the commas appears. If you're able to see this one, please type number 7. Very good. Next thing, I want to break the data into individual rows. In Excel, there is an option called text to columns. In Excel, text to columns. Text to column means split the data into multiple columns based on certain format or pattern. Here, we want to go to rows. So text to column, if this kind of data in Excel is not easy to handle. In Power Query, it will be a little bit easier. We do this together. We go to the header, tag items, right-click on the header, split column by delimiter. Split column by delimiter. If I'm able to see this by delimiter, please type number 8. Very good. A lot of transformation on the column, we could right-click on the header. A lot of them, you can just right-click. Here, based on the data, Power Query suggested it is using comma. Sometimes it's correct, sometimes it is not. So now it's correct. If whenever it's not correct, you can adjust here, or you could add your own custom delimiter. And can split by the leftmost, rightmost, or each occurrence. For our station is every single moment it was split. Then we click on the advanced options. By default, it's split to columns. Here we change it to rows. Go to advanced option, change it to rows. If I'm able to see the rows, type number 9. Very good. Then we continue. Click OK. And you will see the data split into individual rows. At the same time, the change type is added automatically. Yeah. If you are able to see something like this, type number 2 in the chat. Good. Pop quiz again. For those of you attended previous session, what should I do on the name? Yeah, rename. Why rename? Next level. Why rename? Yeah. Yes, to keep it general. Very good. Because the data file here is V1. In future, we will reuse it again for V2, V3, or some other names. If I remain as V1, I might confuse myself when I want to reuse the same thing. Is it V1 or the latest data? So I might confuse myself. So therefore, make it general. Yeah, how to undo? Whenever you make mistakes, just go to delete the step. Excel, we have something called undo. And if we undo too much, we can undo what we have undone by going through something called redo. In Power Query, no redo. If I accidentally remove a step where I want to keep, I need to literally redo that step. Okay, so this is a big difference between Power Query and Excel. Thank you. Thank you, Fatiha, for Fatila or Fatiha, I can't see clearly, for answering the question. Thank you. So now we go to the properties here. Remove the V1. Remove the V1 and press enter. This is to make the name general so that we can reuse it again in the future without confusing ourselves. Unless this is a specific year of data you want to keep, there is a different story. Yeah. So if I'm able to get up to this one for renaming the name, type number 3 in the chat. Very good. Finally, we are going to bring this data back to Excel. We go to home. Go to home. On the lower, on upper right corner, it has a close and load. When you use your mouse to point on the close and load, it has 2 sections. One upper half and now lower half. Upper half is the one we want to click. Lower half, we will cover that in the future. So now we click on the upper half. Click. And wait for a while, it will load the data in Excel. If you're able to see the result on Excel, please type yay in the chat. Yay! Well done, well done. We need to celebrate. Yes, every small successes, we need to celebrate. Very good, very good. So the data is up to Echo. So this version 1 data. Good. So now, just a quick way to go back to Power Query. Quick way go back to Power Query. Yeah. Especially for those of you using Power Query for the very first time, we do this together. We go to data. You will see the button beside refresh all. It has a name called queries and connection. Queries and connections. Click that button repeatedly. Yeah, click that one repeatedly, and you will see something appears and disappear on your screen. So if the ones on the right side disappears, click this to bring it back, to bring it up. Once you see this query setting, when you see this queries and connection, all the queries will be inside here. Double click on it to go back to Power Query. So now we are going to change the data from version 1 to version 2. Go to Power Query Editor. Double click. If you're back to Power Query Editor, please type number 1. Good. Yeah, for those attended previous session, please teach me how to change the source from version 1 to version 2. How to change it from version 1 to version 2. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Shai, Sia, Sha. Okay. Okay, I go to here inside the apply steps. Double click on the source, or you click once on the setting button. Either double click on the name for source or click on the setting. Then it will show you something like this. If you're able to see this, please type number 2. Very good. To change the source is go to browse, click on the browse, and choose version 2. Tag items, version 2. Double click. Followed by OK button. Immediately, you will see it has more data appears from 7 onwards. If I'm able to see this, please type number 3. Good. So is another good practice I want to share. It's a good practice, not necessary, especially for those using Power Query for the first few times. And after changing the source, it is a good practice to click step by step from top to bottom and observe the changes in the middle. So that means now I'm on the source. After changing the source, I click on the promoted headers and observe how the things change in the middle, the preview. And followed by clicking on this one, then observe how does it change, and then finally click on this one. Then you see there will be end result. If you are confident, don't need to go through all this step. So only for the very beginning, first few rounds, you want to see how the things flow. And sometimes you want to use this method to troubleshoot. You want to see which step is causing the whole thing not able to work. So that means this is also good. It is a good way to troubleshoot. Okay, in the software term, it's called debugging. Yeah, so go through step by step. So now presume we are using Power Query for the very first time. We click the step one by one. Just now it was source. Now click on the promoter headers. Source and promoter headers, you can see the changes. The first line disappears and the header names get updated. In the source, the header name, it was column 1, column 2. And when I click on promoter headers, it changes to themes and tag item. Then I go to split column by delimiter, split. And lastly, change type. Between the last two steps, you will notice the tag items, the number, one appears on the left side, one appears on the right side. That's because of the data type. One is text and another one is number. So if you're able to get up to this one, type number 4. Very good. Then, please teach me how can I bring this data back to Excel? Yeah, please type in X. Yeah, go to home, close and load. Yes, click close and load, and it brings the data back to Excel and wait for a while, it refreshes the whole thing. If you see the result get updated and type yay in the chat. Very good, very good. So now, the question, ching, ching, ching. Question. Will this work if you change the data from version 2 to version 3? Will this work? I change the source. Would yes or no? Confident. Oh, okay. So now I want to invite you all to do it on your own. Once you have done, type done in the chat. Okay. Do it on your own now. Okay, now start. Very good, very good. Well done, well done, well done, well done. Okay. So it's very easy. So let me do it on the screen, and then for those of you want to observe, you can observe, yeah. For me, I will just go to the Power Query, double click, go to the source, double click, and change the source from version 2 to version 3, and click OK. And you'll notice yes, additional data appears. Yes. So let me briefly explain what does that mean here. Hey. Wait. Okay. Here. All the steps here, we have said it once and we're able to use it again and again. This is called reusability. And whenever there are new data, it will automatically expand. That is called scalability. When we change the source, it's able to work minimal changes. So this is called maintainability. So this is the reason why we want to learn about or you want to use Power Query because of this R, S, M. Reusability, scalability, and maintainability. Yeah, column number 6, this is not here. In the future, I will cover that. Oh, you attended my previous session. Yeah, this one not necessary because the data is always 2 columns. Yeah, since you're asking about this one, you go to the source. Everyone go to your source. Click on the source, then go to your formula bar, expand. You'll notice there's something called, let me zoom in a little bit, columns equals to 2. Columns equals to 2. Previous is, in this NTW, I have not covered this method. I have not. Maybe the previous, yes. If let's say your data might expand in the future, you need to remove this one. This one I will cover in the future session. So now just for you to aware. Okay, good. So I have done this one. To bring this data back, I just close and load. And ta-da! Yay! Got it. So this is how we have the data back here. Yeah. Let me pause for a while. Any question that you all may have? Let me pause. Let's look at this question. Previous session and today is similar, not identical. Previous session is about O. Also, previous session is remove the to make the data range into individual row. For example, the serial number 1-5. So the data end result, you want to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 individual row. So today is split by comma. We have 1, 5. So the end result will be 1, 5. So it's not in sequence. Previous one is a bit different. Okay, I hope that addressed your question. Not able to follow? Yes, the recording will be shared later. Get data, PRN file. Maybe you want to give me more context. Do we need to join every session? It's up to you. If you want to learn, that'll be great. If you just want to collect cert, don't need to attend. I'm very honest. Some people that attend this kind of things it's not for their learning, it's because they want to collect cert. Yeah. If you want to purely collect cert, don't need to attend. Very honest feedback. Yeah. Text file, yes, text file is same with the CSV file. Just now what we have learned is a CSV, is a text file. But the data from previous session is not the same. Yes, it's not the same. Yeah, see, someone is asking about the cert. Reason of removing column. The cert will be in NTW once, provided you have registered before the session starts. And then once it marks completed with your valid email, you are able to get the cert, everything. Yeah, every session will be different. It will not be the same. You can see a title, the number will be different. And you'll be going to getting larger and larger. In the future session, I will not have the time to go through this slow and steady method. I will just, for those of you in the future session, for those they skip previous session and they have no idea how to use Power Query, I will just ask the person, just observe, do not follow. Because it'll be very time consuming to recap the fundamentals. Yes, now for this year, it's more on the Power Query. Power Pivot need to see if your company is contributing to HRDC. So we do have that kind of training. At next session, everything is in NTW or you stay in the group. The group will give you more details. Okay? Okay? Boleh oh? Okay, since some of you talking about the future session, I think it's good for me to share a little bit about this one. Sidetrack a little bit. Let me cover this one a little bit. Yes, yeah, learning. And whenever we are learning about Excel, yeah, a lot of things here, a lot of things here. Let me show you the learning journey. Learning journey here, yes, that's right. This learning journey is what are the courses or training your company is able to arrange for your colleagues. So before any learning starts, sometimes it's very common. Maybe you can ask this one. Okay, no right, no wrong, no right, wrong, no wrong. Type in the chat, what is your competency level in terms of using Excel? Competency level is your own definition. From 0 means totally nothing, up to the highest number 5. 0 to 5. You can have a whole number or decimal in between them. Type in the chat. Okay. What is your competency level? No right, no wrong. Just want to have a quick observation. Okay. Very good. Very good. Some of you are very comfortable. Very comfortable. Good, good. So as sometimes when a company organizing training, they are not only need to make sure the colleagues learn, they also need to make sure they need to take care of their face. Because some manager or senior manager, their way of using Excel, there's a lot of room to improve. So if let's say saying them they are a little bit basic, they will feel no face. Yeah. So to make the things a bit general, with all due respect to different positions you all are holding at this moment. So this is my way of categorizing them. Before the learning start, you will go through the assessment. Inside assessment, at the end of the assessment, they will get a report, something like this one. Yeah. Based on whether they are essential, intermediate, or advanced. And sometimes people, they just word the things like based on how complex they are. So my way is different. You can see I'm a bit more result-oriented. As long as it can get the result, I'm able to reuse it. I'm able to make the small adjustment in the future. It's good enough. May not be 100% technically perfect. I was programmer. I know what does mean by technically correct. So I'm able to accept that gap. So in terms of essential, the person knows how to differentiate the formulas differences between, example, different dollar sign. Yeah, like A dollar, dollar A, dollar one, A1, A dollar one, all these different dollar sign. So that's essential level. And some are the keyboard shortcut to make the things a bit easier. And they're able to do it independently. And meanwhile, for the intermediate level, the person know how to organize the data well and may not be the most efficient way, at least a minimal way. And they know how to use Excel to do some tracking. For example, this task is completed. I need to chase some payment for this particular customer. So these are the things about intermediate level. And for the advanced, it's more on the analysis and reporting. Intermediate level, the output is the data is structured, is able to easy to come out the report. And meanwhile, for the advanced, it's continuation. You want to do some analysis and reporting. At the end, bosses do not need to know what formula you use. Bosses need to know what report we can bring to them. Yeah. So sometimes there are a little bit thinking method shift between how we do the works and how our bosses read our work. So these are the different things here about advanced level. So this is a report. Based on this report, the person will know, oh, alpha, okay, quite comfortable. You can see overall they are red color. So they could go for intermediate, and a lot of them, two of them especially, they will be struggle a lot. Yeah, so this is the things. Can I? Okay, let's go back here. So this is a report. From the report, there's something called competency pillar. Competency pillar, how they handle data, how they analyze it, how they produce report. A lot of Excel training out there, they handle these three things. And sometimes they add on the automation. At the end, the one puzzle they missed is how they present the report to their bosses. So fancy names called data storytelling. A common term is called presentation. Presentation not necessarily need to speak, how you show the report or how you design the whole thing. So this is a 5 pillar. So I will evaluate based on these 5 pillars and come out the different competency level. Either the person need to have some assistant or the person can do it by themselves. Minimum need to go, at least they can do it by themselves. Sometimes they have some small hiccups, small mistakes. When they improve that, they will go to reliable, level 3. Everyone, whenever they are able to see the report from their boss's perspective, business ready. And they're able to see like the management level, so go to level number 5. So the training will go through these levels. So they're much more general and it will not be offending people. Oh, you are low level. No. This is just a way of progression. So after all these 3, they will go through a learning. They will go through level 1, similar like essential. Level 2 is similar like intermediate. Advanced is the analysis and reporting, level 3. What you're learning here is presuming you're all comfortable with all these 3 levels. So now you're here. Rock your data with Power Query. When the data is ready, and sometimes you want to have a little bit more complex calculation, that's Power Pivot. Some of you asked about Power Pivot. Yeah. No plan for this year yet for NTW. If some of you wanted to learn this one, let me know. I may open a public class. Macro VBA, here. Last year, I have this one. Yeah. After you have all these 3, you can go to Power BI effortlessly. Because Power BI have something similar with Power Query, something similar with Power Pivot. Yeah, this one. And at the same time, this one is with Excel for HR. I have one book. There's one specialized course just for this one. It's not only how to use Excel, but how to see the data from the perspective of HR and also using Excel. All these new courses, they are ITOR certified. So that means it will go through a small assessment or small test. The passing mark is 70. The person need to complete and pass at least 70, only able to get this one. So these things are, so all this. By the way, since you are here, we are the first in Malaysia that offer ITOR certified in Excel training. We are the first. Just got it last month. I haven't announced it. Okay, good. Yeah, maybe you can ask in the group if your company, you want to propose this one to your company management. Later on, I will share one more event. You can invite them to join that event. Let them to see. Sometimes on the paper and from the actual experience will be 2 different things. I have one event. Yeah, so these are things. And some people will ask, hey, what kind of company I have trained before? Yeah, these are the companies I have trained before. If you want to have your company logo to be here, I'd be more than happy to see how to make it work. Yeah, about the courses here, everything just Excel. Great, you have Excel 365. Yeah, we have some other public training I will share in the group as well. Public trainings you can individually join. Okay, so this is something extra. For those of you attended previous session, you will know I'm not hard selling. I'm not pushing. I just because some of you asked, then I share lah. Let me go back. I hope this one gives you some ideas. Okay. Yeah, you can see the learning is not once off, it's continuation. And Excel is just a tool. After Excel, what's the next thing? People go for Power BI. After Power BI, what's next? How to think like a bosses using data. If you're able to think like a bosses using data, you'll become a boss what sooner or later. So that's very, very important. Huh? Okay. Example of PRM. Okay. Maybe you can PM me, Sufan, about the PRM because I need to see the data, how it looks like. And I do not want to accidentally show some PNC data. No, no, no. It's very dangerous. Huh? Yeah. Example is multiple choice question. If the person follow the learning, 100% the person will able to answer. Yeah, maybe later if you want, if you cannot wait later. Yes, you can watch it again in the different session. Everything is inside YouTube. Inside YouTube. Oh, you're very good, huh? Okay. Okay. Any more question before I address more question? Because there's one more thing I want to lead you all to go through. This one a little bit tricky is combining the R, rectangle, and O together. This one a bit tricky. SQL, no, I don't have it. If you have some requests, I'm able to organize one. Yeah, okay. For those of you you want to join individually, just a side story. If you want to join individually, you can ask in a group, and maybe few at least 5 people together. Then I'm able to open a new session just for you. So this one, since you are self-sponsored, you need to fork up the fee, long. Can I? Okay. Good. Thank you, Shah, for helping me to answer the question. Same question again and again. Okay, so we are going for something much more challenging, very tricky. Okay, just curious, do you need to have a short break? Because this one shot. If you miss one or two things, you will need to watch the recording because I only have one take. Look at the timing. Need break? Yeah. So these are tricky, a bit tricky. Very tricky compared to the method just now. Yeah. For those of you need break, you go for it. For those of you do not need break, we continue because I need to respect the time. For those of you reading, if you want to go break, go on. It's okay. Recording is always here. Okay, I'm going to continue. Just for information, how many of you from using number 0 to number 10, what is my energy level now? Number 0 to number 10, type in the chat. What's my energy level? Okay, good. Many of you say it's more than 5. This is my summary. Actually, I'm not feeling so well. Yeah, I'm not feeling so well. Just half an hour before the session starts, I was in the washroom. Yeah, I was not feeling so. So now you can see yeah, because of you all, give me the energy. Thank you. I'm so happy with that. No, now continue. Looking at this data on the screen, what's not so right about this data? Type in the chat. What's not so right about this data? Using the ROCK in terms of the R, rectangle, O, only one. Type. One column has 2 data. Okay. Maybe you want to rephrase it. That means one data has 2 lines. One data has 2 rows. Very good. You have 2 headers, more than 1 header. Okay, what else? Not much. Yeah, not much. Very good. Yes, no merging. Yeah, yes, merging on the top and bottom. Yeah, yes, merging. Different data in one column. Yes, one column example here. One column has a staff ID, email as one column. Very good. Okay. Each column has different type of data. Very good. I like that one. Okay. You can see as a number and the text together. Yes, text and the date together. it will cause a hiccup later. Very good. You are very good. You are very good. Okay. Different data type in one column. Very good. Anything else? Anything else? Very good. Very good. Okay. Symbol. What symbol? Symbol is okay, ma. Data. Add symbol, the dash symbol. Okay, what? Yeah, 2 to 3 headers. Yes, it has a 2 and 3 headers. Okay, let's go to this thing. At the top, it has extra headers and also blank. Yes, you got it, you got it. It's blank. At the bottom, these are the blanks we don't need. Top, bottom, we don't need. In between them, the data, one record more than one row. And the things appears again and again. And one good thing about this kind of data is consistently inconsistent. So that means the inconsistent means there are 2 rows instead of 1 rows. Then consistently inconsistent, that means every pair is 2, 2, 2, 2. So that's okay. It'll be much more easier to handle. Then how we are going to handle this method? Let's go through this thinking process. Chang, chang, chang. First, we want to remove the top rows, remove bottom rows. Just like preparing ingredient, the things we don't want, we chop, we remove them. And then we add the column for the index. Index column means sequential number. By knowing the sequential number, we're able to know whether it's the first row of the pair or the second row of the pair. So by how to know the first row or second row? We use odd even. Odd means the number is 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Even number is 2, 4, 6, 8, and so on. So this is odd and even. Based on odd or even, we could move partial of the data, go to another column like this one. Whenever it's even, we move them out. Move them out so that they are able to have them side by side. After move them out, you can see the complete data should be on the odd row. Staff ID, name prefix, first name, and here I supposedly to see the email, date of birth, and last name. On this particular row is blank. So I need to get the data from the bottom to go up. So that is called fill up. Fill up. Then we notice it has the complete row based on the odd. Odd, it has complete row. Even is not the complete row. So that means we do not want to keep the even. We only keeping the odd only. After keeping the odd, there are certain columns are temporary. So we do not need to output to Excel. So we need to remove the column. And after removing the column, you will notice the sequence may not in the way we like it. So you may reorder the columns. Just shift it a little bit. Yeah, so this is how the steps is going through. And let's see the before and after. The before is something like this one. Yes, certain blanks on the top, bottom. Yes, every record is a pair. Then after is like this one. If you want to do it manually in Excel, good luck. Not easy. Furthermore, in Excel, in normal Excel, normal copy paste of formulas, not easy, and it's not easy to reuse, not easy to scale in the future, and not easy to adjust anything. Not easy. So we are going to do everything together in our learning. Let's go back to our Excel file just now. Go back to our Excel file. Make sure you are here. And we want to go back to our learning file. There's something called HR data. HR. We go to HR. If you're inside the folder HR, please type number 1. Type number 1 if you are on the folder HR. Very good, very good. Here, we want to browse to this particular folder and pick the data here. We go to the address bar on the top. Yeah, on the top here, address bar. Right click and choose copy address. Copy address. Once you have copied the address, please type number 2. Very good. Then we go back to Excel. Go back to Excel file. The data we're going to import is Excel file, so it's not CSV. Excel file and CSV looks same. Actually, they are different. CSV is a text file. Excel file is not a text file. So we need to use a different way of importing. We go to get data. Here, get data. From file, from Excel workbook here. Yeah, click on from Excel workbook. And it will ask you where is the folder. Paste it. Paste the folder you have copied and enter. It brings you to the folder where you will see staff list version 1, staff list version 2, and staff list version 3. If you're able to see these 3 files, please type number 3 in the chat. Very good. Double click on staff list version 1. Double click. Yeah, for those of you, you need to repeat. You watch the recording, or some of you may have to answer. Yeah. Okay. Here, inside Navigator, click on the staff. Click on the staff. Once you click on the staff, you will see how the data looks like on the right side. If you're able to get this one, please type number 4. Okay. Since we are going to do some correction or transformation on this data, within the same window, go to the lower right corner, click the button in the middle between load and cancel. Click on that button, then it brings you back to Power Query Editor. If you're able to see Power Query Editor, please type number 5. Very good. As the header currently is already promoted, we don't need the header and we don't need the change type. Remove the last 2 steps. Remove last 2 steps. Change type and remove the promoted headers. You only see 2 steps on your screen. If I'm able to see these 2 steps on your screen, please type number 6. Very good. How many rows I want to remove from the top? Yeah, type in the chat. How many rows I want to remove on the top? Yeah, if you remove wrong thing, you can just undo from here. Undo from here. If you undo the wrong thing, you need to literally redo again. Okay. So there are 2 rows I want to remove on the top and 3 rows at the bottom. So there are 2 ways to work on this one. Yeah, there are 2 ways. One, I can remove top rows, remove bottom rows, or look at the pattern of the data. The data we need is here. The column we don't need, the rows we don't need is 1, 2, and the one at the bottom. What is the pattern they have in common? Now, very good. Can I use column 1 as the reference? Nope. It has staff list and something end of report here. Cannot. How about column 2? Can I just take out that by the now that it doesn't impact on our data? Yes, we could. We could filter column number 2 based on the now, or filter column number 3 based on the now, because the now is here. Now is here. Same with the bottom. And the data will not have any impact. So this is another way of working just by looking at the pattern. So to save the time, we just filter the now. Go to either column number 2 or column number 3. Filter, how you normally filter in Excel. Filter the now. Clear the now. And click OK. And you will see the header, the one on the top, and the one at the bottom disappears. If you're able to get this result, please type number 2 in the chat. Very good, very good. So now we go back to our step just now. Let's recap. Then we can do one by one. We have removed the top and bottom. Okay, the next thing we want to add the index column where it shows the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 until the end, the sequential number. Filter and delete has the same effect. Same effect, yeah. You want to remove rows, remove top, bottoms here. Same thing, same with the filter. Here, filter, after filter. So the next thing is I want to add the column with the sequential number. We go to add column. In the index column, when you use your mouse to point, it has a small triangle, reverse triangle on the side. Click on the small triangle on the side and choose from 1. By default, I start from 0. So we want to start from number 1. Click, and you will see a column called index, and with the sequential numbers appears. If you get this method, type number 3. Yep. Here we have the index. Next, we want to know whether it's odd or even. We go back to our Power Query. Make sure the index column is selected. By default, it's selected. While we are inside the column, add column, we go to information. Information. It has 2 options, whether it's even, it's odd. Let's see. Later on, we are going to check whether it's even. So we go to information, is even. Click and you will see a column appears where it will show true or false. Some of you may ask, hey, Tai, can I use is odd? Can. Later on, the formula just reverse, yeah? So now I'm using is even. You will see false, true, false, true, false, true. You will see something similar, type number 4 in the chat. Good, good, good. Next one, we are going to add a column, a condition column. So let's see. We want to get the email address. Email address is at the column number 1. So this is what we want to remember. Then I go to conditional column. Let's go to conditional column. Give a name. The name we are going to give is called email. Email data, okay. Type email data will be easier. So I do not confuse with this email data. Column name is the comparison column. Comparison column is even. So we choose is even. Is even equals to true. True, you could type uppercase, lowercase, doesn't matter. Here is able to understand. True. Output. Output is we want to choose the column number 1. So we change the output. Currently it shows ABC 1, 2, 3. Change it from enter value to select a column. Click. Then from here, drop down and choose column 1. So let me zoom in a little bit so that you are able to see this one. Yeah, so this email data is even equals to true, and change this one to select column and choose column 1. After that, click OK. If you're able to see the email address appears in the new column, type number 5 in the chat. Let me click OK. Yeah, something like this on the screen. Very good, very good. So we want to do something similar for column number 2 for the date of birth. Okay, let's do this again. Yeah. Add column, conditional column. The column name is date of birth data. Column name is even equals to true. Uppercase, lowercase doesn't matter. Output, change it to select a column. And we choose date of birth is column number 2. So we choose column number 2. So let me zoom in a little bit. Date of birth data is even equals to true, and change this one to column 2. Once you're OK, click OK. And if you see the date of birth data appears, please type number 6. Very good. And last one is the column number 3 for the last name. Do this together. Go to add column, conditional column. Inside conditional column, the column name is called last name data. Column name is even equals to true. Add yourself true. Output, select a column. And this is column number 3. Yeah, this is column number 3. So we choose column number 3. Click OK. Let me zoom in just to show you. For those of you, after you click OK, you see the result. Please type number 7. Last name is even equals to true. And change this one to column 3. Okay, so I have all this. Yeah, let's see. This is what we have done. The next thing is for the odd row, I want to have a data goes up. All the data goes up. So this is called filled up. Filled up. I click on the email data. We do this together. Click on the email data. Hold down Shift key and click last name data. Hold down Shift key and go to last name data. You will see all the columns selected. Right click on the header. Fill up. Right click on the columns. Fill up. And you will see all the nouns will disappear and replaced by the value below it. If you're able to get the result, type number 8 in the chat. Very good. Fills up. Let's go back and see. After you use up, odd, even, they are together. We only want to keep the odd. The even, we do not want. So we use filter. Yeah, go to the is even, filter out, don't want the false, don't want the true, only keeping the false. Keeping the false, don't want the true, click OK. And yep, you have email, date of place, date of birth, and last name. So if you're able to see this, please type number 2. Very good. Let's see. After that, we remove the column that we don't need. Yeah, we remove the column we don't need. So that means it's index and also is even. Remove the column just by right click on the header. Remove. Right click, remove. Do the same thing for the index and also for the column is even. Remove. And you will see the column disappears. If I'm able to get this, please type number 3. Very good. Very good. And reorder the column. The last name, just now it was at the back. Now we want to move it to the front. To resequence them, it's just as easy as we go to the header, last name data, drag the header goes to the front after the first name. Drag towards the front after the first name. It looks something like this. Just move it. Once you have done this one, type number 4 in the chat. Just drag and move. Very good. Very good. One last step, especially for those of you have attended previous session. What should I do? One last step. Look at the header. It's not entirely correct. What should I do? One last step. And this is second last step. No. Rename the header. Yes, I could rename it one by one. Yes, or I could use first row as header. The first row, it describes the name for respective headers. Yes. Yeah. So there are 2 ways to do it. One, I could go to transform. Second button from the left, use first row as headers. Or you could click on this mini transform button. Click on this mini transform button, you will see the same thing. Use first row as headers. Whichever you prefer, pick the one you like. Either go to transform, use first row as header, or go to this mini transform button, use first row as headers. And you will see all the data get updated. Okay. If I'm able to see this result, please type number 5. Very good. Very good. So there are a few things I want to add on here. Okay, before that, what is the data type for staff ID now? What's the data type? Is it number, text, or date type? Now it's number. Yeah, it's number. Normally, for the staff ID, document ID, all these things, they are not number. They are just sequential text. By right, it should be text. If I make it as number, still okay. If let's say I want to do lookup in the future, and one data type is number, and another one is text, lookup will not able to work. So this is my recommendation, and also depending on the work you are handling. If this is everything by you, you want to keep all the ID as a text, because you have no idea when the staff ID will have a new pattern. Maybe this is called P1023 for part-timer. They just created. If I maintain this one as a number, my Power Query will encounter errors. Okay, just to be sure, on the safer side, keep it as text. To change the data type, the staff ID, you will see there's a button, a small button, 123 on the header. Click on the 123 and change it to text. Change it to text. And some people say, Ty, that button is too small. I will not able to see that. If that's the case, that's okay. Right click on the header. So the second way, right click on the header, change type, change to text. Okay. When you change to text, it will ask you whether you want to add a new step or replace. Because my step here is called change type. Excel or Power Query perceive the column is a number. So we do not want to have this one. So we want to replace current. Replace current. So it stays in that way. If you're able to follow up to this step, please type number 6. Very good. And now is a time to introduce some good habit as well. While we are doing this one at the very beginning, it's a good practice to keep the apply step in the meaningful or descriptive name. It's good practice to add that. So now you can see there are 3 steps here. Add conditional column, add conditional column 1, add conditional column 2. In future, your work will have more and more this kind of conditional column. After a while, you have no idea which is which unless you click them one by one. It will be very tedious. So this is a good practice. You want to use descriptive step name. If okay, you want to add on the description. Okay, description like remark. So I'm going to show you how to do this. Yeah. Go to add conditional column. Click on that step. Click on the add conditional column. This is email data just added. So we want to put some comment and also change the name so that whoever is going to take over the file, or we need to revise the file after 3 months down the road, we know what does that mean. Okay. Right click on the step add conditional column, right click, go to the last one, says properties. Click on the properties and you will see step properties. If you see step properties, please type number 2. Right click and choose properties. Okay, very good. Here, you can use symbol, uppercase, lowercase, to make it easier to read. Of course, you do not want to add too long, otherwise not easy to read. Here, I change it to added email data. Description is move the email to separate column. Make something like this one. Added email data and description. Once you're done, click OK. And you notice the steps change. At the same time, it has something called E with the I here. When you use a mouse to point on the I, you could see the description. And the name is much more descriptive. So this is what we want to have as and when we are working with our Power Query. If I'm able to get this result, please type number 3 in the chat. Very good. Very good. So let's do the next 2 together. Go to added conditional column 1. Just click on that. It's date of birth data. Right click on this, the step, and choose properties. Yeah, this one you type your own description. Yeah, I just type it. Once you are done, click OK. And type number 4 in the chat. Very good. Lastly is add condition column 2. Right click over here, properties. So this one I want to add the last name. Move last name to another column. For this step, once you have done, click OK and type number 5 in the chat. Very good. Next time, when you're coming back to this file and you just use your mouse to hover across, you roughly know what it does. Is it easier now to know which step to change in the future compared to just now the generic name, added conditional column? Which one is easier, now or previous? Let me know in the chat. Is it easier to understand now or previous? Yes, definitely is now. So that means it's a good habit as and when you're working on this one, you add on more. Here, the remove column, all these things I skip for now. I skip. So in the actual file you are working on, remember, this is a good habit to add on. We have done this part. We've done this part. How to bring this result back to Excel? Teach me how to bring this back. Yes, go to home. Very good. Close and load. Close and load. Click close and load and wait for a while for it to appear on Excel. If you see the data appears on Excel, type yay in the chat. I get a very interesting question. What if the raw data has mix of data between odd even? So that will be very tricky. So that means the number of rows, they are not consistent. Number of complete records. Our data here is 2 rows represent 1 record. If a data sometimes could be 2, could be 3, could be 4, could be 10 to represent 1 record, it'll be very tricky. Possible, just very tricky. Short answer, yes. Long answer, tricky. Okay, I hope that addressed your question. If you have that kind of data, private message me. Maybe I could use your scenario as one of the practice or the study group in the future. Can I? So that's very tricky. So this is done for version 1. So estimate how long do you need to change the source from version 1 to version 2? How long? Change the source from version 1 to version 2. How long? How many minutes? You can type in decimal if you want to. How many minutes? 1 minute. Okay. Okay, now. So you all have 1 minute to change the source from version 1 to version 2. Once you have done, type down in the chat. Okay, once you have done, type down in the chat. And you have 1 minute. And the time starts now. Thirty seconds. 20 seconds. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and time. Okay, well done. For those of you got it. For those of you want to catch up, you can catch up the recording later, yeah. The complexity will only getting higher and higher. Yeah. In the future, I may need to ask a lot of people to leave the room whenever they're not ready. Okay, so let me do a quick demo here. I just go to the stuff, double click, and go to the source, double click, and browse, change to version 2, double click, okay, home, close and load, and wait for a while. Ta-da! Job done. So it's less than 1 minute. So whenever you are getting this one regularly, work on this one, you will love it. You will make the things very, very easy. So same thing with the version 2 to version 3. Okay. Yeah. So this one we have done. Okay. Let's see the before. The data was this one. Now the data is nice and clean. And the most importantly, it has R.S.M. Reusability, scalability, and maintainability. By aware such things in your head, you will only make your works easier and faster. So that is the whole session for now. Looks like the timing may not be enough to cover the next one. Some of you, you were here for previous session. You will know we carry forward this one for a few rounds. This one very tricky. Maybe I want to have just one session, just handle tricky stuff. At least you know how the thinking process behind and how we work with it. So now we are almost the end. I want to invite you to type in the chat. What is the one thing you like the most about this session? Type in the chat. What's the one thing you like the most? At the same time, prepare to turn on your camera for the group photo. Yeah, type in the chat. What's one thing you like the most about the session today? Okay, let me read some of your comments. Step by step, easy to understand. Separate rows into columns, easy to follow, suitable for beginner, step by step, learning new thing, change source, easy to understand, easy to follow for beginner, easy to follow, automate update, clear explanation one by one, very clear instruction, straightforward. It makes Power Query clear and easy to learn, clear instruction given, clear guidance, very clear and understandable for newbies. In the future, will not be for newbies. Maybe I want to put something, not for newbie in the future. Yeah. Okay, good. And now turn on your camera for a group photo. Yeah. Yeah, turn on your camera for a group photo. Ching, ching, ching. Yes. Hello, Cassandra. Nice to have you back in the room. She's the first person in the room. Chop her seat, front row. Okay, for those of you, you are not able to turn on your camera because of various reasons. Later on, you can use reaction. Reactions show thumbs up lah, show clap 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 lah, or choose whatever things that you prefer, so that to let the group photo a bit lively. Okay, so 5 more seconds for the remaining of you. Turn on your camera. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, someone raise hand. Apa jadi? Oh, you want to be in the front row? Okay, can. Okay, what is this? Okay, for those of you turn on your camera, look at your camera, not at your monitor. Look at the camera. Okay, and raise hand again. What? Okay, wait don't raise hand because raise hand you block the screen. Okay, look at your camera and smile. Hey, where's my? Okay, this is my first screen. I have 2 screens here. 2 screen and second screen. Good. Okay, done group photo, Kau team. Hey, the thing is not end yet. I have one small update. Small update. Where is my update? Here. Small update here. Yeah, I have one session. If you find this is useful and you just want to let your management aware there's such training that will be benefiting to your organization, you could invite your HR or L&D to join this session. It's 17 July, Friday, 9 to 12:30. Is at KL Eco City. Yeah, this is things they are going to learn something differently. Even though it's a few hours, they are going to experience it. Sometimes when we are talking about learning about data, learning about Excel, they will think need to sit in front of computer. Actually, it's not necessary. So they are going to experience something new. It's just fresh from oven. Not many people are aware yet. They're going to experience it in the session. And also, some of you may want to know about Power BI. I have one Power BI upcoming. Is suitable for individual, 17 and 18 August. And meanwhile, for Power Query, something like this one, is on November or December. Later on, I will share the update in the group as well. So these are the few things I have for you, and looking forward for your future. And later on, if you have something, a very interesting scenario, please share it with me so that I could put it for the future in this kind of session. Yeah. Okay, let's see any final questions. Share the expected result. Okay. For the finance file, are you able to share the expected result? The answer, yes. And no time to go through for this one. There's no attendance form. If you prefer to have attendance mission, later on, I will share in the group as well. Good. What else? The knowledge level needed for Power BI. As long as you know how to use lookup, that will be something, a bare minimum before you go for Power BI. Why? Because Power BI is the advantage of Power BI is to bring multiple data together. If your work doesn't require you to use VLOOKUP or XLOOKUP, your work is very simple. So you were not able to follow easier. So that's a bare minimum. Do we have Excel for? Yes, we have Excel training. That'll be good. You could do it in-house. If you prefer to have something self-sponsor, maybe later on I could create a simple poll. For those of you prefer to have self-sponsor, I will just gauge If let's say there are enough of people, I will just open it lah. How do you register for the data hands-on session? I will share in the group later. Okay, let's see the timing. Okay, we are just exactly at 11 o'clock. Just yum. Okay, with that, I wish you all the best. So hopefully this session will help you to make friends with your data. And if you have more interesting scenario, do share with me. I will love to cover that in the future sessions. With that, take care everyone and enjoy your weekend. And bye-bye. I have a very interesting question here. The question is about, I have a data coming after transformation. I need to split into smallest data set so that it's easier for me to send out to respective people. I go back to my Power Query just now. So this is something extra. Where's my Power Query? Is it here? Yeah, I have a staff. Staff here, I don't have department. I have a prefix. Presume I need to split the data by prefix. I have Mr., Miss, and Prof. I have 4 titles. So that means I need to split the data into 4 smaller tables. So this is the future session I just explained to you. So now I have this thing already. I double click, go to Power Query. Inside Power Query, we can, based on the data here, we branch it out to give a subset of each of them. So we want to branch it out to have a subset. We use something called a reference. So that means all the transformation is done. I don't need to redo again. Only the output I branch out. So here, I go to the stuff, right click. It has a duplicate and reference. I choose reference, click on reference, and you will see stuff 2. Here, I want to give a name. So this is called Miss MS dot, enter. Hey, dot cannot. Okay, so I need to remove the dot, MS, okay, Miss. Name prefix, you can see the step only has 1 step, source. So that means once the transformation completed, it will branch out to this Miss. So I open up, I can filter, I only take out the Miss. Okay, and the rest disappears. So the stepwise, it complete all the transformation and branch out to this as a subset, only filter for the Miss. I do the same thing. Maybe I want to see for the Mr. Go to the stuff, right click, reference, and change the name to Mr. Enter. Name prefix filter. Filter only taking the Mr. Okay. Yeah, filter. You can see the stepwise, it only has a source where it inherits from a previous transformation, and it further subset to filter only for Mr. Here I have Miss and Mr. I could do more if I have a certain predefined condition. To bring the data back, I go to Home, Close and Load. Close and Load. Wait for a while. Yes, it's done. This is the Mr. and this is Miss. Here, I go back to my source data, the stuff. I change from version 2 to version 3. Let's do demonstrate, yeah. Change to version 2 to version 3. Browse. Version 3. Okay. Then close and load. Wait for a while for it to refresh and go to the Miss. You can see it got extended. Mr. also got extended. So that's meaning of R.S.M. I also use a little bit called K. K means keep raw data raw in the context of I do not want to redo the things what I have done here. Just continue. Yeah, so this extra bonus, hope this one helps. So that means in the future session, this kind of learning series will be going to get more and more complex. Yes. So if you are finding a bit struggling for this session, you may want to revise or go back to previous recording, invest a little bit of the time for your own learning.